나만다 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 Namandav, 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 namandav. Hyobyaku. We are gathered in the presence of the Tathagata Amida, the embodiment of wisdom and compassion, on the observance of the Shotsuki monthly memorial service of Central California Buddhist Sangha. Those with karmic ties to the deceased have gathered here today, adorning the shrine, burning incense, and reading the sacred writings. In quiet reflection, we see ourselves as the embodiment of vanity, tossing and turning in the realms of delusion. Even with this, the vow of compassion of the Buddha emancipates all sentient beings, awakening them into the pure state of the true and real. We now happily board the ship of the vow of great compassion, sailing on the great sea of the light of truth. With deepest reverence and thankfulness for the all-embracing wisdom and compassion of the Buddha, please repeat the Nembutsu after me. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida. Namanda.
Namanda. Amida Kyo.
Hanford Buddhist Church, the Shotsuki name for the month of October are Harada K, Okada F, Okada T, Sakata M, Shibuya K, Shiroyama T, Tokumoto J, Tokumoto M, Tokumoto T, Mizote F. Fowler Buddhist Church, the Shotsuki name for the month of October are Matsumoto Shiyoto, Miyazaki Shinayo, Shimizu Ben, Arasuna Teruo, Nishina Hachiroemon, Kamikawa Kaoru, Yamamoto Hiroso, Masuoka Seki, Takimoto Ume, Tokubo Shinayo, Kato Kinjiro, Nakagawa Sasayo, Norita Shigeru, Fujikawa Kumi, Kawano Geraldine, Sugimoto Peaches, Honda Ayako, Kato Fred, Yosako Nobuo Roy, Nakata Yoshie, Lee Deborah Asakawa, Honda Yoshio Floyd, Shimizu Johnson, Gibson Divioli 波と平砂静江谷口ジョージ川野静子エマ川本敏夫宮崎ジョージ翔一近藤綾子宮崎俊恵横見の福坂口ロス誠治松本ラソ藤川ヘンリーFresno Betsy Buddhist Temple, the Shotsuki names for the month of October are Abe Marji, Akahori Umeji, Aoki Haruno, Arakaki George, Arikawa Karen, Asada Yuko, Ashida Hisao, Bascom Alice Katsuko, Doi Frank, Doi Takaji, Dokyu Kizutaro, Izaki Sumiko, Fujikawa Robert, Fujita Hisayo Helen, Fukuda Gunzo, Fukuda Maya, Fukushima Russell, Gekko George, Gon Angela, Hamanaka Haruye, Hashimoto Joe Yuzuru, Hiyamoto Chiyoko, Hiyamoto Michiko, Hiyama Hisako, Horiuchi Kazuichi, Horiuchi Takumi, Ikawa Julia, Ikuma Sumiko, Inoue Kazuo, Isogawa Joichi, Ito Sakazo, Kakiuchi Haruye, Kamikawa Kaoru, Kaneichi Chiyoko, Kaneichi Kahei, Kaneichi Yoshio, Kataoka Harold, Kato Kinjiro, Kawaguchi Shio, Kawaguchi Natsuo, Kawano Bruce, Kawano Max, Kawano Umeyo, Kawasaki Hideko, Kimura Aiko, Kinoshita Masukichi, Kobashi Kaoru, Kobata Mei, Koge Shigeichi, Komoto Nancy Shigeko, Konishi Tomoko, Kubo Tomiko, Kubota John Minoru, Kumagai Riley, Kunishige Dorsey, Kunishige Takeo, Kuramoto Mamoru, Kuwamoto Shuichi, Kuwashima Hichihataro, Kuwashima Kamitaro, Maekawa Sutekichi, Masada Kiyo, Masada Teisuke, Masumoto George Hiroshi, Matsumoto Chiyoto, Matsumoto Chizuko, Matsumoto Robert, Matsumoto Shoji, Matsunaga Kenji, Matsui Nobuo, Misaki Takao, Miyamoto Masaru, Mizuki Tsukino, Mizumoto Aiko, Mori Takashi, Mori Wasaburo, Motoyoshi Raren Joshin, Mukai James, Murakami Kazuma Kuro, Murashima Kinu, Nagahiro Hyoei, Nakai Hiroshi Henry, Nakai Mitsuo, Nakamoto Atsuye, Nakamoto Peggy, Nakamoto Seiichi, Nakamura Isae, Nakano Matsuno, Nakata Morito, Nakatani Masuichi, Nizawa Johnny, Nizawa Take, Nikaido Setsuko, Nishi Eikichi, Nishida Keinoshin, Nishimura Hatsu, Nishimura Mary, Nishioka Norton, Nishioka Suya, Ogawa Shizuichi, Ohashi Lola Tsuyako, Okada Misao, Okada Shoichi, Okamoto Hayao Robert, Okamoto Mildred, Okamoto Toraichi, Okawa Nancy, Okazaki Katsumi, Ono Tsunezo, Saisho Shinichi, Saito Takamori, Saito Yoshiko, Sakaguchi Isashiro, Sakamoto Asayo, Sakiyama Inosuke Roy, Sako Reverend Shaosho, Sanwo Noboru, Sasaki Hinako, Shiga Tomi, Shimasaki Jitsuko, Shimazu Tahei, Shimizu Ben, Shimizu Beverly, Shiraki Junichi, Shohara Naoichi Tom, Suda Akiko, Sugahara Katsuichi, Tachino Yoshio, Taira Omoko, Takeda Yasuko, Takemoto Mataichi, Tamura Yoshiko, Tanaka Yuki, Tanaka Yoshiaki, Tange Hamayo, Tani Saitaro, Taniguchi Kame, Tanimoto Frank, Tanimoto Suchie, Tanimoto Tom Takumi, Tashima Masaru, Tashima Yasuko, Teranishi Akiharu, Teranishi Morise, Teraoka Hanako, Teraoka Masaji, Teraoka Masaki, Teraoka Sarah Francis, Teraoka Steve Allen, Tonoka Kyoko, Suda Seiichi, Tsudama Betty, Tsuruoka Georgie, Umade Tome, Umamoto Tsuichi, Uota Shigeno, Ueki Miyoko, Uemaruko Ko Sachiko, Uemaruko Miyoki, Ueno Kenzo, Ueno Kyoko, Ueno Pearl Ayano, Wada Rai, Wakasa Yoshi, White Michiko, Yamada Keizo, Yamada Shizuko, Yamada Yasuyo, Yamagata Hisae, Yamaguchi Eisaku, Yamaguchi Masao, Yamamoto Hirozo, Yamamoto Kinu, Yamamoto Moyo, Yamamoto Yuichi, Yanaga Miyoko, Yasumoto Nelly, Yokoyama Arvin, Yoshikawa Yukio, Yoshimune Robert, Yoshizaki Hiroshi, Yukiyasu Kurazo. The party of British shirts, the Shotsuki name for the month of October are Nakadachi Yahichiro, Yoshimoto Miyoko, Miyakawa Alan Kiyoshi, Masuda Yoshi, Tanaka Hatsuno, Watamura Tommy, Sanada Masako, Nakao James, Suehiro Kasumi, Saito Shime, Ohara Tami, Nakao Yoshie, Kozuki James Noboru, Yamamoto Sada, Nakamura Muneo, Miyakawa Momi, Okubo Mary Sachiko, Kurokawa Chiyoko, Kimura Masanobu, Yamanaka Fumie, Kimura Natsuko, Takata Fred, Watamura Roberta, Kubo Mary. Ruby British shirts, the Shotsuki name for the month of October are Aoki Midori, Nakagawa Hamako, Hatanaka Taro, Ikemoto Shizue Kathleen, Yamamoto Royce Miyuki, Osaka Henry, Ibara Taka, Ibara Masae, Ikemiya Matsue, Enoshima Mino, Tsudama Masato, Ishida Yoshi, 石田さつき、甲斐八重子、鎌田アグネス信上、藤田久代ヘレン、奥保メリー幸子、米田しめ、金福武、久保田フランク正雄、丸山光上、的井夏代、的井昭夫、宮本節夫、森田美希、竹内宇佐吉、文吾実次、中川亀太郎、中川スティーブ・シン、西田春家、岸安松、西中徳松、信弘東作、大橋ローラ、岡村、Namo、松子、青木春野、お町文日、小谷秀夫、小谷小代子、坂田又夫、溝手文子、山本貞、中田義恵、清水博美、田口澄子ベリー、中川利松、中川達野、米田為吉、研ぎ岡文、和田来、森川博史、江口道恵、小林 Ruth Yuriko. Visalia Buddhist Church, the Shotsuki name for the month of October are Hasebe Tsutomu, Kimura Yojiro Kenneth, Maeda Kiju, Maeda Kaneko, Yamashita Shinichi, Harada Yoshino, Komura Takao, Okuda Yoshiko, Hirabayashi Koso, Sasaki George, Ibisu Hisao, Nitta Stephen Kenji.
願に宿毒平等性才同発菩提心往生安楽国 Any merit here gained, we wish to be directing equally to all beings. May all sentient beings awaken the aspiration for enlightenment, for emerging the individual Buddha nature in the state of perfect peace and utmost bliss. Please repeat after me. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Kindness and gratitude beyond human words come alive here and now. Namanda, 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 Namanda. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. ナ
Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Please, everyone rise to read Three Treasures and Tisarana. Please, everyone join me, Gassho. Buddha Sarana Gacchami Dhamma Sarana Gacchami Sangha Sarana Gacchami. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depths of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become unity in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard it is to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Except the Dharma school students, please be seated. Now is the time for dancing. Hotokesama. Okay? 3, 2, 1. No, 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 sama. Hotokesama. Watashi no suki na Kasama no omune no hyo ni yanwari to dakarete mitai Hotokesama. No, 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 sama, Hotokesama. Watashi no suki na to-sama no otete no hyo ni shikari to sugate mitai Hotokesama. No, 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 sama, Hotokesama. Miyakashi hagete hogamu toki hosugata mihete kira kira to goko no hikaru Hotokesama.
Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Navs, Naman Navs, Naman Navs, Naman Navs, Naman Navs. Okay, now Dharma school student, please be seated. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sensei.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for joining Central California Nihongaji combined October monthly memorial Shotsuki and Dharma school service from Fresno Betsin Buddhist Temple this morning. I'd like to talk about today is how we can explain our Jodo Shinshu in 5 minutes, not the 5 seconds, okay? 5 minutes. But before I start my talk, I'd like to introduce my buddy. His name is Kanamochi. He is my puppet. So please call his name loud, okay? 3, 2, 1. Kanamochi. Oops. Howdy, howdy. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kanamochi. Oh, good morning, Kanamochi. How are you this morning? Yeah, I'm super, especially weather is getting cooler. That's I really like it. How about you, Reverend Cos? Oh, I'm super too. Yeah, I know a couple days ago down to 40 or 50s. That was really cool night. So my Dharma talk topic for today is how we can explain our Jodo Shinshu in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So Jodo Shinshu is the main structure of Mahayana Buddhism. Oh, that is very good topic to learn about. Oh, Kanamochi, you think so? Tell me why. Well, many of my school friends are Christian, and they can tell me what is Christian and what is God in 5 minutes, but I don't know exactly what the Jodo Shinshu is, and even I cannot pronounce Jodo Shinshu correctly. So I know people who come to our church and temple are super nice and helpful. So I think Jodo Shinshu is something good. That is why I like to know the simple explanation of what is Jodo Shinshu is. Oh, don't worry, Kanamochi. I did not know what Jodo Shinshu is about until I studied Buddhism in the college. So, okay, Kanamochi. First, you have to know that Jodo Shinshu is not the teaching of God. Oh, what do you mean by that? So, religion like Christian, Jewish, or Islam are the teaching of God. Jodo Shinshu is the teaching of human, like us, because the founder of Buddhism was a human, the Buddha. Oh, how Jesus' teachings are different. Well, the teachings of God asks you must believe and you must put your faith in God, even if you cannot understand the teachings of God or you cannot question for that. On the other hand, the teaching of human, Jodo Shinshu, asks you do not need to make effort to believe it, or you do not need to put your faith, because the teaching is not belief or faith. It is okay to challenge and question to the teachings when you do not understand. The teaching of God is to control or limit your way of life. You must follow the rule of the God. Oh yeah, my friends are following their rule whether they like it or not. Well, the teaching of human, Jodo Shinshu, is to let you to decide how you want to live your way of life. So the teaching of Buddha is let you to decide how you want to live your way of life. You can decide how or what you want to eat, what you want to do, but you must take your own responsibility. For example, you do not study hard, that's your decision, your choice, but you may fail. Even if you fail, you cannot complain others because it is your responsibility. Oh, I like that idea. I think I feel free by being a Buddhist, so I think I am here. I personally like to make my own decision for my life, so I became a Buddhist. I am not comfortable to believe something which does not make sense, or I do not want something force me to do something or not to do something. Oh, that is very simple answer. I like to make my own decision for my life, so I am a Buddhist. I am not comfortable to believe something which does not make sense, or I do not want something force me to do something. I think it is very difficult to make followers of God to understand the teaching of human Jodo Shinshu, but when they doubt or question to their own faith or belief, they may understand our teachings. Kanamochi, even if your friends do not understand your explanation, please don't worry. To me, it is most important that you understand what Jodo Shinshu is. If you think it is difficult to explain Jodo Shinshu to your friends, you can simply say, my teaching does not scare me. My teachings does not scare me because it has no final judgment, no hell, no ghost, or no punishment. Oh, thank you so much. That's what my friends are talking about. Oh, no hell, no ghost. That's cool. Thank you, for Reverend Cuz. The explanation is less than a minute. Yeah, but our time is over. So Kanamochi, see you next Sunday. So please, everyone, join me in God's show. I personally like to make my own decisions for my life, so I became a Buddhist. I am not comfortable to believe something which does not make sense, or I do not want something force me to do something. Jodo Shinshu led us to decide how we want to live our way of living. We can decide what we want to eat, what we want to do, but we must take our own responsibility. By taking responsibility, we will more seriously make our decision in our way of living, and we will be grateful to do so. Think positive and live mindfully. That is Jodo Shinshu way of living. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Okay, everyone, please join me in meditation. The 5 remembrances. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is there to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape the consequences of my actions. My actions are the ground on which I stand. By relying on the truth reality of the Dharma, the fellowship of the Sangha, and the wisdom and compassion of the Buddha, may I realize my true nature and liberate other beings from sufferings. Please repeat out after me. Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo Amida.
Namo.
Namanda. Kindness and gratitude beyond human words that coming alive here and now. Namanda. Okay, good morning everyone again, and welcome to the October Shotsuki Monthly Memorial Service of Central California Nishihongaji Sangha. You probably know that the day of deceased passed away is called the Meinichi. The so-called monthly Meinichi is the same day the person died of the every month. And the same day of the same month that comes around every year is called the Shotsuki Meinichi. At present, we officiate the Shotsuki Meinichi of all the Shotsuki families of Sangha members by selecting one of the Sundays of the month. On the day of the Shotsuki service, the family members of the Shotsuki family gather at their home and to remember the virtues of their ancestors or to remember the deceased. Especially in the Jodo Shinshu community, all rituals for the dead are called Meinichi, which literally means life date. Two Chinese characters, Mei, Nichi. First character Mei means life, and the second character Nichi means date. It's translated into life date. It is an important day for us to reflect on the wonder that we are born in human form. When we think about it, do we really appreciate the importance of life and feel the joy of being alive in our daily lives? I think that we tend to think that it is natural to be alive and that it is natural to have life. In order to make us realize the true nature of life, the deceased set up the Meinichi or the life date to remind us that life does not last forever. That we are alive now because we are supported by an innumerable, unmeasurable number of lives. And that think on Buddha's teaching. I believe that this is the Meinichi, or the life date. We should not only grieve over the death of our beloved relatives, but also listen to and savor the true nature of life through the Shotsuki Meinichi every month. We have carried on this tradition of services from the distant past, because the role of ritual and formality helps us to strengthen our realization and help us to go deepen our daily life. Through these memorial services, we are reminded of the importance of our entrusting in Buddha Dharma. It is unlikely that someone who really knew the person whose name is called out during today's Shotsuki list in the service was able to attend the Shotsuki memorial service 50 years later. Even so, the great grandchildren and great great grandchildren who hear the names of their predecessors who have passed away will certainly have the opportunity to become deeply aware of the preciousness of their life that has been passed down from generation to generation. According to the doctrine of Jodo Shinshu, the most important thing is to live with the conviction that the wisdom and kindness of the Buddha have reached us. If we ordinary people can have steadfast belief of steadfast faith without these services, then we can eliminate them from our religion. Nevertheless, our world is closely tied to the forms and the customs, and we human beings are, I hesitate to say, we are very superstitious and apt to depend on them. As means to strengthen our entrusting mind in the Buddha Dharma, we should receive all these services. Just as our founder Shinran Shonin clearly mentioned, we feel no longing for the pure land of serene sustenance, where we are yet to be born. Our true feelings are that we do not want to go to the Pure Land, and that we honestly have no interest in such a thing as enlightenment, because we are ruled by the ignorance of our blind passions every day. However, the more we feel in this way, the more we are sure that we can be saved by Namo, Amida, the masterful wisdom of Shakyamuni Buddha. Unfortunately, dear us are the ones who realize the impermanence of this world and the importance of believing in Buddha through funerals and other misfortune. I believe that if people who participate in funerals misunderstand their true significance, then it is better not to perform any services for the deceased. Again, memorial services are primarily for the survivors, not for the deceased. Okay, would you please join me in meditation? I received a letter from Renya Shonin entitled on 80,000 Sutras, Hachiman Hozo no Sho, 80,000 Sutras. It has been said that those who do not know the matter of life and death are ignorant persons, even though they may well versed 80,000 sutras and their commentaries. Instead, those who have resolved the matter of life and death are described as wise persons, even if they are illiterate men or women. Therefore, in Shin Buddhism, as mainstream Mahayana Buddhism, we emphasize that those who study various teachings will end in vain if they are ignorant for knowing why Shakyamuni Buddha recites the Nembutsu. Hence, Shinran Shonin said that no man or no woman will ever be awakened without the emergence of individual Buddha nature, the Shinjin, which through the profound Nembutsu experience. For this reason, those who, tearing ourselves out of ego's grasp and unreliable livings of self-power, and solely rely upon Buddha's awakening words, the Myogo as proof, which reveals itself as the Nembutsu for guiding anyone beyond their inherent behavior and towards the assured course of awakening. They will encounter the moment fulfilled in ultimate peace and joy, 10 out of 10, and 100 out of 100, regardless of social status. There should not be any doubt about this. Anakashiko, anakashiko. These venerable and awe-inspiring words are originally wasted on beings such as I. With reverence, I humbly remain. Please repeat after me. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida. Kindness and gratitude beyond human words that coming alive here and now. Namandab, 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 namandab.
Please, everyone rise for the closing Gatha, Namo Amida Butsu. Verses 1 and 3.
When I
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo
Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Nabs, Naman Nabs, Naman Nabs. This concludes the October monthly memorial Shotsuki, the Central California Combined, and Dharma School service this morning from Fresno Betsin Buddhist Temple. In closing, everyone join me Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Nabs, Naman Nabs, Naman Nabs, Naman Nabs, Naman Nabs. Thank you, everyone.